What up, what up? It's your boy Akie checking in here with another video. So today is actually a special day. Today is the first of 30 days that I'm starting this series. And it's what it is it's 30 ways, 30 days and 30 ways for you to get your first real estate deal. So basically what I'm doing here is just showing you guys different tips, strategies that you can go out there and get your first deal. And honestly, if you can't get your first deal after this, then maybe this whole ordeal isn't for you. And today is probably going to be one of the most important topics that you're ever going to hear, and that is for you to follow a proven, successful system. So right here, what I have right here in my hand is a piece of direct mail that not really a competitor, but somebody in my market that is successful has been using for years now. I've seen different colors that they've used. They've used green, they've used yellow, they've used different types of copy, they've used big postcards, and this is the one that I see the most consistent. And what we can take away from that is basically that is what is actually working, right? If we're seeing this month after month after month, then that means that it's actually proven, and they're not going to be wasting their money on something that isn't proven, that's obviously result driven. I've actually seen other people in my market that use that kind of that color actually, but with different sizes and different copy. I'm like, dude, what in the hell are you doing? Why wouldn't you go out and do the same exact thing that this company right here, that I know for a fact is actually $1 million business, is and $1 million business on a consistent basis? Why wouldn't you just copy exactly what they're doing? Me personally, whenever I do direct mail, I do use that same scheme. I use the exact same words. I do use the exact same copy. And if you know what copy is, essentially all that is just like the specific type of wording that they use in there that makes that the people that actually read it, it triggers just certain responses, and it responds better essentially. And it's just like little marketing writing that makes people want to take action on certain opportunities that the business is promoting. So yeah, man, it's a pretty simple video today. And if you have any type of video topic that you like for me to talk about in this 30-day challenge, it's kind of a challenge for me because I'm out here grinding in my business as well. But what I'm trying to do this month is essentially try to do a little bit more automation, try to use my money to make more money. So going to be doing a lot more outsourcing, a lot more just strategizing and taking action on the bigger things like dispo for right now, and making sure that I can get the most amount for my deals as possible. Because at the end of the day, this is, whether people like it or not, this is the biggest part of the deal, in terms of finding sellers and then finding buyers and then making that whole transaction happen. Without the middleman, without the wholesaler, nothing is possible. Once you have that contract, one of my friends told me that once you have the contract, you're in control and nothing happens without you. So yeah, man, this is basically one of 30 videos that I'm going to be doing in a row. I made this video earlier today and it was actually a lot better, but it actually showed some crazy things that were happening in the background, and it came out great the first time, but I'm sure this video would do just as well. What I am trying to do with this is trying to help at least 10 people before the end of the year get their first deal. And I think that's doable. I've been in contact with a bunch of you guys that have been, relate with my content and that have been, really taking action on things. But, if you're watching videos like this, then chances are that this isn't your first video, and I'm not the only person that you're watching. What I'm trying to do here is trying to give, 10 people the opportunity to change your life forever. There's people out there that just put out products, that put out content that has a hidden agenda behind it, but this right here is 30 videos of high value content. Now, it's not gonna be the highest quality. I'm just shooting this with the phone, but because I'm not, at the end of the day, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a a guru. This is just a guy that started a year ago, and I'm just documenting my journey, and some of you guys are relating. And I don't know everything about this business, but what I do know is how to provide value to a seller, how to provide a great product to a buyer, bring the two together, close a transaction. That's what I do. That's what I do right now. And I want to help you do the same thing. You can make a lot of money doing it. And it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to be able to, broker a deal, essentially. Not going to say really broker a deal, but wholesale and control moving parts of, assets that are sometimes, tens of thousands, a lot of times hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then be able to not risk any of your money at all, and be able to, change people's lives that way. So, yeah, man. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd like you to go ahead and subscribe. Comment on this video. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any video topics in mind, but I have a whole bunch of high quality content that's going to help you guys get, or help you essentially get your first deal in less than 30 days. There's going to be 30 different strategies that you can use, 30 different tips, tools, tactics that you can use to get to where you want to get to, if this is something that you're serious about pursuing. Again, if you're in a market where someone is using direct mail, on a side note, that was totally just not even a segue into it. If you're in a market where someone's using direct mail, you're in a market where someone's doing cold calling, you are in a market where someone's doing cold calling, listen to what the hell they're saying in their cold call. Use the exact wording that they're using. Turns out that a lot of people aren't getting the scripts from the same place. They're getting the direct mail copy from the same place. They're getting the bandit signs from the same place. If you see something, this is an awesome example. I have a buddy that I've been teaching real estate to in the past couple weeks, and he asked me about getting bandit signs done a certain way. I was like, dude, these bandit sign companies are smart. Basically, they're not going to promote a yellow bandit sign with black wording, number one, for no reason. It's because this one sells, and the reason why it sells is because people are getting results from it. If they weren't getting that result, then they wouldn't do it, right? So I want you to keep that in mind whenever you're doing your marketing, because that is a huge that's a huge kind of common sense thing, but at the same time, common sense isn't so common when it comes to something that you're not well versed in. And I'll tell you what, your guy wasn't that well versed, but it does take a little bit of persistence and getting used to something before you actually start to form those new habits and way of thinking to where you're like, okay, that makes sense. So if you see somebody doing something in real estate, trust and believe. If they're successful in any capacity, trust and believe that they're not dumb. There's a reason why they're doing it. And take that, again, that pink letter, with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt, because my market, I'm in Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia, right? Virginia's for lovers. We'll use pink, but who knows what'll work in your market. You might have somebody that's doing $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in your market that's doing green or brown. Who knows what'll work in your market? So see what's working, use that, and I'll talk to you tomorrow in the next video. All right, peace.